Good day, dear colleagues. How are you things? My name is Gulgen Satluganovna. I am from General Secondary School named after Baurzhan Begaliyev. My work experience is 30 years. And today, thanks to Ngalia Sayholkaza, we are meeting in distance on our webinar to share experience with each other in our not easy job. I think the main credo in our profession must be never stop learning because life never stops teaching. And today I want to share with you about my basic principles of lesson planning in English in the context of distance learning. Since we live in a century of developed knowledge, and our president focuses on this, the main tasks of each is to do everything to improve the knowledge of learners and to do creative works. How to increase the effectiveness of learning English and what to do to interest learners in learning English. First, model as you teach. When presenting a new topic to the class, it's necessary to include a demonstration. While some students will be able to grasp a new theme by hearing, others, especially visual learners, will need to see it, because not all the students have the same abilities. The second, you must make mistakes. A great way to reach a more in-depth understanding is to make mistakes and ask the class to correct them. For example, you can write a paragraph on the board and read it with grammar mistakes. Instruct your students to identify these mistakes and rewrite the passage correctly. This method requires kids to apply the knowledge they've gained in class. It also gives you a chance to evaluate how well each student comprehends the theme. The third is work as a team. Dividing the class up into different teams to complete the assignment is a teaching strategy that encourages teamwork and help your class to succeed. All in all, group work is a fun and interactive way to teach a lesson. The fourth, you must encourage learning from experience. Getting out into the real world offers a new perspective for children and can help them understand what goes on in the environment. Such method gives valuable real-world experiences to students. Utilize visual aids. Visual aids such as smart boards and projectors can increase your lesson in class. Some children can absorb information and have a deep understanding of it only from hearing. Others are visual learners and they need a little something more. The next, implement inquiry-based learning. What is it? It's a technique used to appeal to your students' curiosity. Implementing it in the classroom means allowing the students to ask questions that interest them and to explore those questions in the lessons. And the next task of the teacher should be do creative works. That begins from creative thinking. Creative thinking is necessary for the teacher, first of all, to create a learning atmosphere in the classroom, to maintain the motivation of students to educate. I want to say about one of the simplest methods of developing creative thinking we face every day in every situation. It's idea generators or ask questions. This method can be used in different activities in different classes. In this case, we can use the bonus 6 thinking hats. There are only 6 questions that one student can ask another or a teacher may ask a student. This method can direct your students to think creatively and to write projects. As Albert Einstein said, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Only questioning can lead you to new information, to new knowledge, to new ideas. Thanks to questioning, I think my learners could achieve definite results. For example, scientific research work of students. I have been working for 5 years with my pupils in this direction, and we had such results as you see on the screen. This year, my pupil, Taiwanova Gulnaz, has chosen the theme in the direction of literature about Emily Dickinson, an American poet. And now we have a good result. We have taken the third place in August level. Working on the project requires time and patience, and it's, of course, a very difficult work because you must work together with your learner and give right direction to get a scientific work. It's only one side of my work with my children and the result of my cooperative work. For the organization of distance learning, I use a number of tools such as electronic courses, electronic tests, various electronic content, electronic books, video and audio content, elements of social networks, virtual laboratories. So you can use these digital educational resources too. What we really need are best practice strategies. Minimize all the unnecessary chatter. Teach your students to actually follow your procedures. Get your students' attention in 3 seconds without yelling. Develop rapport with your challenging students. Create a conducive learning environment where you can teach and your students can learn. Thank you for your attention.